Here's 10. So good body position, comfortable breathing. Kick is pretty good. It's in time with your strokes. You're not scissor kicking. There's the slightest bit of scissor kick. It's right at the extension on your left arm, right there. But it's not almost not worth mentioning. Extension is pretty good. With some of them, you can even see from this angle how you're reaching right in front of your head. You really want to reach more in front of your shoulder. So your hand goes in front, like your left hand goes in front of your left shoulder, right hand goes in front of your right shoulder. And right now they're going right to your center line. So you'll get a better pull angle when you start off the center line just a bit. Here, looking at rotation. Rotation's pretty good. Head's kind of coming up just slightly when you turn to breathe. I think that you're sighting on the turnaround point. So we'll see what it looks like here. So yeah, okay, so you're sighting there. So this is real smooth. This is good. You see how your hands go actually across your body entirely. So you're going to want to work on that, or have been working on that. So hand reaches in front of your shoulder. Just remember that. You can always visually look up and check where it is. And then on the underwater, you'll see some good things and a couple things that you want to work on. So good thing is that you do have a pretty good extension. In the beginning of your stroke, you're getting a good line that you're pulling at the beginning, but then see how your both arms swing under your body again. So it's like you curve your forearm inward. So when you do that, you give up some of the lat that you should be using, and you switch over to using more bicep. Your lat muscle's better positioned for swimming, so you want to engage the lat as much as possible. And to do that, you keep the arms outside the body, or essentially pulling straight back, as opposed to kind of doing a swooping in under motion. Part 2 here is that you are doing more of a straight arm pull with both arms when I'm talking about like viewed from the side. So the hand, forearm, and upper arm are more or less in one alignment as you begin the stroke. Now your hand and forearm do curve under your body, but if you, and I do have some freeze frames at the end of this, you'll see that there's not a high elbow angle, meaning that your hand and forearm don't angle vertical to the bottom of the pool. And that's a key component of faster swimming. Excuse me. That's where you get a lot of leverage, in the sense that your hand and forearm will create surface area that you can pull through the water. At the moment, what's going on? You see how your arm pulls way under; it even crosses over on that left. At the moment, what's going on is that your first like third of the stroke or so is essentially pulling straight down. So here we worked on keeping your hands wider as you reach forward, and this a lot smoother right away, so you're not crossing over. So what you're doing here is you're just trying to keep your hand in front of your shoulder as you reach forward. You're also working on the extension a little more. We discussed that. So this looks a lot better. And I think you were also thinking about pulling straight back. So those two things right there are going to make you faster, just by making you more streamlined and using the proper muscles a little better.
Hand entry and not crossing.
This is the same thing. Just thinking about reaching that hand, keeping it left arm on the left side, right arm on the right side. And you're also not pulling under your body quite as much at this point, so that looks a lot better. And then just a view here. We may have discussed rotation, so when you reach forward, you know, that makes you rotate more. If you really work on that extension, you push that shoulder forward as well as you can. And then the second part of that is when you finish the stroke, you sort of want to retract that finishing shoulder just a little bit, just to create that streamlined position. You don't rotate for rotation's sake. You rotate because if you're streamlined, you present less surface area to the water. You swim faster with the same amount of energy.
So a lot better.
This is a lot better right here. Yeah, and then
right
you're
here,
not pulling quite as far under your body at all. So very good on that aspect of it as well.
So working on the catch with one arm drill. Good.
So this is just one arm drill, working on the high elbow catch, trying to get that hand in forearm to angle vertical or go perpendicular to the bottom of the pool as early in the stroke as possible. If you recall, that motion initiates in the shoulder with the shoulder sort of shrug and rotation.
Good. Good. So those are all much better catches and a good, kind of. Yeah, it's just tricky if you're not used to breathing on one side or the other.
Good. So the left is going to be a little tougher for you to work on. You'll get the breathing thing figured out. But on those, you just really try to emphasize that high elbow. And here you go. You can see you're getting a good high elbow catch there. That's excellent. So if you pause that and look at that, and then compare it to your regular swim stroke, you see a big difference on the catch technique. Good, very good. Keep working on that. This is a good drill for you. So here you were emphasizing more the catch, so really trying to get the high elbow catch. And the way you can tell when you're watching from above water like this, if you are getting the sort of angle that you want, is that you'll see the hand and forearm more or less disappear from view while the upper arm remains in view. That means that you've angled down, you've angled your hand and forearm down, but the upper arm is still extended forward. And you can see that in the first part of the stroke there. So you're doing a good job on that. I was looking at your right arm and then looking at your left arm here. Okay, so this is catch up. Catch up drill, you work on the extension, reaching forward as well as possible. And then part two, try and get that high elbow catch as well as you can. Alright, next up is a series of screenshots from the initial swimming. So this is before I mentioned anything. So see pretty good rotation, reaching forward well, but see how the upper arm and the forearm are just in one line, and then your forearm and hand start to curve inward or under your body. So you want to do the high elbow and keep the hand further outside your body. Same thing here, good extension, good rotation, and then more a straight arm at the beginning, so forearm and upper arm, one angle or one line right through that point. So you, through that point you more or less just push water down, and then you rotate that hand under your body. So a couple things to work on, and I know you did get it towards the end of the lesson, so hope it's going well.